And the trade war continues. President Trump is saying he may impose additional tariffs on both Canada and the European Union. CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe is following all of that for us from the White House and joins us now with more. Good morning to you, Ed. The president set to host the Secretary General of NATO today, having previously discussed the U.S. potentially leaving the alliance. I'm wondering how that might play out into this meeting.
Well, it's an important one for him to have, Errol, given all of the sort of warnings he's issued in the last several weeks about the future of the U.S.-NATO relationship or U.S. role in NATO. He's calling on member nations to be spending up to 5% of their GDP on military spending or military and defense-related costs. That's something not even the United States does. It's roughly 3% of our GDP. Only about a half dozen of the member countries, more than 30 of them, are hitting the current targets of just around 3%. And the Secretary General is someone who agrees with the president that they need to be spending more, or at least be on par. And so we'll see today to what extent they discuss that call for changes to how members pay up or pay into their defense spending, and whether or not the Secretary General is able to get any more ironclad commitment from the president about what are known as Article 5 obligations. And that charter of NATO, the fifth article of it, is the one that says an attack on one is an attack on all, and all members would have to respond. The only time it's ever been invoked, it's important to remind Americans, was on 9/11, when it was NATO aircraft that were flying over New York and Washington protecting things in the wake of that attack. The fear that Europe has, of course, is that if Russia or something else happens to Europe, will the United States be there? And the president in recent days has suggested only maybe, at least only for those members that may be paying up. So, important meeting ahead.
Yeah, and that's a really important detail, Ed, about the only time that has been invoked. I want to ask you about these changes we've been discussing announced at the EPA. They, too, are likely of interest to U.S. allies. Have we heard anything new from the White House since Administrator Zeldin's Wall Street Journal op-ed and since these announcements were rolled out?
Yeah, it comes with full White House blessing. I mean, this was a campaign goal of the president, and it's something they're very pleased to see happening now. And important to reiterate what exactly they're doing. Essentially, they'd be rolling back the 2009 finding that greenhouse gases are bad for public health, and dozens of other environmental rules dealing with the oil and gas industry, rules for coal-fired coal-powered power plants, and regulating air pollution that causes haze and vehicle emissions. Essentially, the bedrock of what the EPA has done for all these years. The administrator saying this doesn't mean a rollback in environmental protections. It just means less onerous regulation on industry. Business groups are thrilled by this. The Chamber of Commerce, steel organizations, the American Petroleum Institute, they're all on board. Environmental advocacy groups, though, warning that they're going to be suing to try to stop a lot of these rollbacks. So, once again, the EPA will be the subject of litigation, as it usually is, depending on who's in charge.
Yeah, we'll keep watching all of this closely. Ed, thanks so much. Great to see you.
Take care.